Welcome, everybody. You are joining us live from here, Shusha Global Media Forum, where some of the brightest minds in media, technology, and communication are coming together to explore the future of global information flow. I am Elshan. Today, we are honored guest to speaking with leading expert in the field of communication, media, and public relations. Our guest is Dr. Karen Sutherland, a senior lecturer in public relations, social media trainer, and researcher at the School of Business and Creative Industries at the University of Sunshine Coast. Dr. Sutherland's work focuses on the intersection of education, technology, and digital communication. And today she is here to help us to unpack social media is evolving and what it means for the next generation of the media consumers. Dr. Karen Sutherland, welcome. And thank you for being here today. I would like to start with my first question.
Okay.
Over the past decades, how have the social media platforms changed the way we communicate and consume information? What are some of the biggest shifts you have observed in the people interact with both media and each other online?
Wow, has changed a lot since, we're talking what, 2015,
Mhm,
10 years ago. I mean, when social media first started, it was there to bring people together
mhm,
and another sort of way people could communicate. And then it turned into more of a money making venture for the platforms in
mhm.
terms of really, they are now advertisers and we are their products, if you think about it, because they use the
Absolutely.
data that we and the content that we give to them to sell to advertisers and make their money. So that's been a big shift. And the other thing is, I think in the last, I would say, 5 years, it's led to the rise of short form video content where now Reels, TikTok have really dominated, and I think short form video is really the main driver of social media engagement now, and that's changed a lot as well. And I think with the technology with smartphones, it's made it so much easier for people to be able to interact and contribute to that space. However, I think it has also changed the way that we think about things, and we see now with the algorithms on social media, they're more like a mirror of what we're interacting with. We get fed back what we like and what we watch and things of that nature. So it's very hard for us unless we really go outside of the things that we normally look at and interact with those or follow creators that are not normally part of our, I guess, preference and our values and things like that, to actually hear other voices now. So we're
Right.
sort of in this bubble. But social media still has very positive outcomes, but there's also the side that we need to think about. So we think critically about the way we use it.
Absolutely. I'm so agree with the opinions that you shared. That's very interesting insights. I would like to continue my second question. In your view, how are the younger users influencing the tone, style, and even the priorities of the today's media and social media platforms? How is their approach different from previous generations?
I think now younger generations are using social media for most of their consumption of media
Mhm.
and news. And even there was a study that came out last year to show that people in sort of Gen Z, that Gen Z group, use TikTok more than Google to search for products and services and things now. So I think traditionally we used to use search engines, but now people are going to social platforms to find that information. I also think that our younger generations are much more open
Okay.
than we used to be, and particularly about
Mhm.
what we would share on social media. And TikTok, I think, has led to that sort of authentic content where, I mean, it's like you're the best, I think, performing videos on TikTok are the ones that look like you're just FaceTiming your friend. You might just pick it up and share a story. And I know
Right.
personally, whenever I try to sort of construct a TikTok, it never performs as well as if I had one TikTok where it was like a Sunday morning. I had no makeup on or anything like that. I just had to tell a story and I picked it up and just told the story. And that performed so much better than when I try to, I guess, construct it in a more
Right.
sort of meaningful way. So yeah, people just like that authenticity, and I think that that is what the younger generation really craves
Mm-hmm.
is talking to people like they're almost your friends, and I think
Right.
that's what social platforms allow them to do. And also they're not. I think previously we might have turned more to traditional media to get our news, but now it tends to be people just do social media almost fulfills all of their needs in terms of information. That's they go there first rather than looking at external sources.
Absolutely. I'm agree with the opinions that you shared. It's last generation is total different from the new generation.
Yes.
Absolutely. I would like to continue the next question. What kinds of digital habits are the younger generation developing that older generation might not fully understand or relate to? How do these habits reflect the changes in their views on privacy, digital safety, and self expression? And what can adults learn from the way they engage with online platforms?
I think there's a real I guess, division in sort of the way that older people use technology and younger people. Although sometimes I think that is shifting. Whereas I think older people look at younger people on their phones and they're like, you're always on your phone. What are you doing on your phone? But what they don't realize is that is how they connect with their friends and connect with the world.
Right.
And, but I think sometimes that can lead to them not connecting offline. I
Mhm.
think social media needs to be used as a way to uh, allow you to do things offline. Like you can use it for research, use it for a tool, or
Tools.
organize time to catch up with your friends or things like that. And then but do things in the real world as well, not just stay on your phone. And it's hard because I think many of the social platforms and even smartphones they're designed to make you just sit there. So I
Right.
think that is an area where people like older generations don't understand
Understand.
the that really the phone is the window on young people's worlds. But in terms of things like privacy, yeah, I think there needs to be some more education around what you should disclose online and what you still need to sort of hold back a bit in terms of your own personal information and things like that. But really, the younger people that I work with in my classes are very savvy in that respect. So they are still pretty switched on in terms of what to share and what not to.
Not
But
to.
still, sometimes you just need to provide a little bit of guidance because sometimes you forget that the internet can still be the Wild West. It can be still quite a scary place if that information gets to the wrong people.
Right. Especially the older generation, they need to be understand the media literacy
Yes,
as a exact rules because they
absolutely.
sometimes believe everything what they see in the media.
Yes, and there's been research to show that it's actually sort of that with I will say the word boomer, but the boomer generation, I'm not a boomer, but the boomer generation, yeah, tend to believe things a lot more than the younger generation. And I've seen it, with people that I know where they'll see clearly an AI generated video or something like that, but they think it's real. And
Right.
yeah, so I think like what I sort of mentioned on the panel today about yes, media literacy, but we also need AI literacy
And
to be
literacy.
able to so people can understand what's real and what's not.
Right. Absolutely. They are all together are important. Next, move to then another question. As social media becomes a primary news source for many, what do you see as the key advantages and disadvantages of this shift? In your opinion, can social media can be considered a reliable and trustworthy source of information, and why or why not?
Yeah, look, I think it depends on where that information is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's social media is a great opportunity for journalists and news and media outlets to reimagine the way that they do share news and communicate news. I know in Australia, so it's our network called ABC. They've really invested a lot in their TikTok channel, and they've got younger creators, and they're creating news content specifically for TikTok
Hmm.
and it for younger audiences, and they're getting a great response from
Oh,
that, which is really good. But the thing is, with social media, anyone can create content, which is good and also bad in that you've got a lot of creators who they speak with authority, but they're not an authority,
absolutely.
on a particular topic. And just because someone can speak very sort of eloquently and articulately, it doesn't mean that they actually know what they're saying is true.
Right.
So you can really be, I guess, lured into believing them because they speak very well or create great videos, but the actual accuracy of what they're saying may not be correct.
Right.
So I think there's upsides and downsides, but I think, yeah, if news outlets and really credible sources of news just worked well within the platform's needs and worked towards the audiences
Mhm.
rather than using their traditional methods that
Mhm.
they've cultivated over many years. I think then they will be able to get a huge following and become an authority
Um,
of correct and accurate information on social platforms.
Absolutely right. Today, everybody can create a content in anywhere,
Yeah.
and just only one tool, the telephone, mobile phones,
Yes.
that they can reach the millions
Yes.
and billions.
And it's great that that can happen, but yeah, it needs to be correct information that they're sharing.
Unfortunately, it's correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Dr. Karen Sutherland, thank you so much for being here with us today. And it's been pleasure to hear your perspective on how the digital media platforms and generation is not only using the media, but reshaping it. And to all our listeners and forum participants, thank you for being with us here at the Shusha Global Media Forum. Stay curious, stay informed, and we look forward to continuing the conversation of the future of media. Thank you so much.